Okay, lesson number one. My mic needs to be turned on if I want to record audio for his videos. Anyway, it's Blind Fortniter with another video. And today, I was going to do a 2-hour challenge video. I'm actually going to do something else instead. Excuse me. And I'm going to make a couple disclaimers. First of all, as much as I try not to swear in these videos, there may be some profanity used. I'm going to try not to, but I'm just giving you an advance warning. Because this subject is, I believe, is very controversial. And, you know, to be honest, it kind of, well, let's just start this off right away. It kind of pisses me off, and I'm sure it kind of pisses a lot of you off too, okay? And my second disclaimer is, this channel normally would not, I didn't make this channel to, like, deal with rumors and, you know, leaks and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm discussing this current topic is because I believe it is that controversial. So anyway, let's get into the video before you guys think there's something wrong with my TV. We're going to talk about V-Bucks. And hang on, I wish I could see her find a quote. I said I can't find the quote. Okay, so I'm going to read you the quote first, and then I'm going back to that one part. So, you know, this is according to Epic Games. The cost of running Fortnite has gone up a lot, and we're raising prices to help pay the bills. First of all, I can't speak for everybody else, but that statement there, where they're raising prices to help pay for bills, that pissed me off. Just that statement pissed me off, and I think I'm pissing a lot of people off, okay? I mean, and I'll get into that in a minute, but so people keep saying the prices are getting raised for V-Bucks. Well, technically, technically in a way the prices aren't getting raised, but for the same amount, you know, you're paying the same amount for each level or whatever, but at the same time, you know, you're not getting as many V-Bucks, so I don't know whether you want to call it the prices increasing or not. I mean, for each level, the prices are, you know, for each essential level, the prices are staying the same, but you're losing V-Bucks. And I don't have the, okay. So before, you know, it's been basically, we're just going to call it $9. Before, you could spend $9 to get 1,000 V-Bucks. Well, now due to this change, you can spend the same amount of money and get 200 less V-Bucks. For the $23 pack, before, and obviously this, you know, this change hasn't been implemented yet, but before, the $23 pack, V-Buck pack would get you $2,800. I don't know why I'm trying to read this off my phone when I can see it on the TV, but I'm an idiot. But now, after this change, it's going to only get you 2,400 V-Bucks, so that's 400 V-Bucks less. And then, hold on. Then the $37 pack, before it got you 5,000 V-Bucks. Well, after this change, you're only going to get 4,500 V-Bucks. And then the top one, the $90 pack, you can get 13,500 V-Bucks. Well, after the change, you're only going to get 12,500 V-Bucks. So you can lose 1,000 V-Bucks on this. In addition to that, and I don't know if it doesn't really say on here, but in addition to that, where before, you could get up to 1,500 V-Bucks through the Battle Pass, because you had like 1,000, if I'm correct, you have like 1,000 in the regular Battle Pass, and then you got like 500 V-Bucks in the bonus section. Well, now apparently, according to these changes, you're only going to get 800 in the V-Bucks in the Battle Pass. And you're not going to get in the bonus Battle Pass part. As I said, I'm gonna, I don't normally like to use profanity when recording these videos, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. That's pretty fucking stupid. And like I said, that whole thing about, well, we need to pay bills. Well, I'm sorry, but half your shit in the fucking item shop is expensive as fuck. How are you not able to pay bills? You're a multi-million-dollar company. You should, and with the prices of things in the item shop, you should be making a lot of money. I mean, let's look at the sidekicks. Most of those are like 1,500, I believe, 12 or 1,500. I don't remember. I mean, the fact that you want to sit here and say that you need to pay bills, and I'm going to try to find, some comments. Well, I'm not gonna worry about comments, okay? But I think a lot of people are calling Epic Games greedy, and I would have to agree. And like I said, I'm not gonna speak for other people's, but I just watched a typical gamer video where he talks about this, and you guys can go check it out. I mean, I'm not associated with typical gamer, but like I said, I'm not gonna speak for him, but from what I saw, he basically thinks this is stupid too. I mean, come on, you sit here and you say, it's like they're trying to, alienate their fan base or the player base even further. You can't fix glitches, you can't fix cheating. You can't fix the ranked skin glitch, you can't fix all this other stuff. But yet you want people to continue to play your fucking game and be happy because they can screw it on the V-Bucks now? Bullshit. This is ridiculous. And I'm not going to go into my current situation, but I'm trying to get my life back in order. So, due to some circumstances, like I said, I won't go into it. I do not have money coming in at the moment, so that's one. So until until I get my life back in order, that's why I created this channel. So, whenever I need V-Bucks, I'm having to ask my daughter or her boyfriend to give me V-Bucks so I can get the battle pass or whatever. Now they both have the crew pass, which eventually, if I can get my life back together and get things situated, because physically I'm not capable of working right now. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too many details, but hopefully when I get my shit together and my life together, hopefully I can start getting the crew pass. But let's look at this. At the lowest level, at the cheapest level, you lose 200 V-Bucks. At the highest level, you lose 1,000 V-Bucks. Okay. This is. I don't know how I can say this any other way than this is fucking ridiculous. And I just had a thought. So, it's like they don't want to reward their player base. I mean, nobody's asking you to go broke, okay? But what are they going to do? Start cutting out, these free skin cups and, start cutting out Winterfest and basically make it where there's no free rewards. We got to pay for everything. I understand having to pay for stuff, okay? But, Epic is acting like they don't make any money. If you want to bring in more money, go after the cheaters. And Lord knows there's enough of them. Like I had a video in the past where, because I was doing a video and I even caught it on video where, I don't remember what video it was, but I got killed by two people teaming, and it was clear as day. And I reported it, but I don't think Epic's done anything with it. Because when I say I report people, I don't ever see any notifications. Why they're doing this, I don't know. It's, like I said, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. We're raising prices to help pay bills. I mean, that's... As soon as I heard that statement, that just pissed me off. I mean, it doesn't exactly make sense to me. I mean, instead of, and this is just an example, but instead of making, excuse me, hang on, I'll get a drink real quick, sorry. If you can't tell, this topic is really frosting my flakes. Yeah, I know, that was a lame attempt to be funny, but instead of making people, if you want to raise prices, actually raise prices. I mean, like on the lowest one, instead of making people lose 200 V-Bucks, raise the price to $9.50, $10. And maybe the second one, it's basically $23 now. Basically raise it to 25, okay? And the third one, it's basically $33. Maybe raise it to $40. And then like the highest level, keep it at 13,500, but raise it to like maybe $95. They're not really trying to raise prices, they're trying to screw people over, is my opinion. And it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, so yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they're not, and I'm using air quotes here, they're not raising prices, they're screwing people over. And what Epic needs to realize is that this is going to piss a lot of people off, and I've seen posts on Facebook where people are like, well, they're going to stop playing the game. Well, you're going to piss a lot of people off. Where if a lot of people stop playing the game, you're going to lose money. You're going to do the complete opposite of what you're trying to do. If the price of running Fortnite has gone up, raise the prices like I gave you an example. Don't sit here and, keep the same prices but cut the V-Bucks and say you're raising prices or whatever. And don't be giving us this bullshit about we're raising prices to help pay the bills. We understand that prices go up. I mean, look at the shit that's going on in the country right now, and I'm not trying to get political or anything, but we understand prices are going to go up. But you're actually shooting yourself in the foot here. And I don't know how else to put this. You are shooting yourself in the foot. And you're going to piss a lot of your player base off. I've already watched a couple YouTubers, content creators, whatever you like to call them, And like I said, I'm not going to speak for anybody, but I watched both Tabor Hill and Typical Gamer, and they're, and from what I've seen, they're both kind of pissed off at this change too. Or at least they think negatively of it. I'm not trying to put words in other people's mouths, but, I mean, you can watch the videos for yourselves, but, excuse me. But, this is just ridiculous. Like I said, I gave you an example there where, raising prices like the examples I gave you, because you're not really raising prices, you're screwing people out of V-Bucks. How's that raising prices? And I really don't believe that, Epic Games is having problems paying bills, because you're a multi-million-dollar company. Like I said, you're sitting in some of your shit in the item shop is expensive as fuck, okay? And I wasn't, I'll apologize now. I knew there was going to be some profanity in this video. I wasn't planning on swearing this much. But, I felt like this is a very controversial issue that is going to piss a lot of people off, and I'm not going to sit here and bullshit people or sugarcoat things either. it's as I've said before, it's fucking ridiculous. And I hope there's a huge player backlash, and I hope they change their mind. I mean, if you want, like I said, if you want to raise prices, do it according to the examples I gave you. Don't just, ow. Don't say you're raising prices when you're actually just, shorting people on V-Bucks, okay? Anyway, that's my fired up speech for today. Like I said, I think it's fucking ridiculous. I think it's gonna piss a lot of people off, and a lot of people may quit this game. I mean, let's be honest, but anyway, like I said, despite the fact that I try not to use profanity in these videos, I felt like I had to speak freely on this matter. Because it is fucking bullshit. There's no... In my mind, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, or two ways around it. It's fucking bullshit. But I thank you for watching, and please let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because I mean, honestly, I think this is going to affect everybody. I mean, some people may not care as much. I don't know, but I'll give my opinion. But I thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.